What's up, people? This is going to be a very quick video. I'm probably put it on Trucking Channel. I might put it on a Christian channel too. I'm not sure which. Might do both. Oh, okay. This is not a trucking video. It's going to be a little bit of a rant. And I don't know how many of my truckers are watching this. I'm just kind of petitioning those of you who vote and those of you who don't vote, who can vote, register to vote. Today, so I watch the news on everybody. I don't know. I know truckers, it's hard sometimes for us to keep with the news unless you have Sirius and you listen to the news. I'm going to get serious on my next truck because, I've been like in news, just kind of a news. And I'm also at that age now where I watch news. I watch what's going on in the country. And I normally don't chime in on political things, even though I have my own political views. But today, that Florida shooting is just, whoo. So here's a heads up. What's happened with this shooting that's different from any other shooting, and why I think it resonates so hard with a lot of people. Sandy Hook, Columbine, the shooting that happened out in Colorado in the theater, I think it was Batman, the gay nightclub that happened in Florida, that shooting, and now this shooting that we've had in Parkland. What resonates different is a lot of things have changed. So, example, the same things changed with the cops beating up on people, minorities. That changed because now we have this wonderful thing called a cell phone. We now have a bigger thing called social media. And now what was hidden, as I told you in another video, even about trucking companies that don't like YouTube truckers, is things come to light. So what has come to light to us is that we now got to see, I'm going to call them America's babies, because even though I don't have kids, I've raised two brothers for part of their lives, and God bless them. I have nieces and nephews. I have great nieces and nephews, but my heart goes out, and I've been a teenager. I mean, all of us have been teenagers. I can't even imagine being in high school, being in grade school, and somebody coming in there and having to go through what these children went through. And we saw on national television the screams of kids being killed, the firing of this AR-15 by this crazy boy. Unfortunately, I do not believe he should get the death penalty, but I do think he needs to be locked away for the rest of his life. And I do believe that he has a mental illness. You can kind of look at him and see that things don't look to be right. Also, he's been a party of the system, which is foster care and stuff like that, and a lot of bad stuff can happen in the system. So, to kids to make them messed up. I got a friend right now raising nephews who one of them is got major issues. And because he's been in the system, he wasn't raised right, and so he's really messed up. This today that I saw just totally, and that's why I'm doing this, it totally pissed me off. So these babies just last week had this crazy boy come into school, shoot up them. 17 people plus teachers died. My aunt is an educator. I have other educators in my family. I have educators in my former church. I'm just blown. Shot up this school. These kids, and while I'm sad that it happened to them, I'm also grateful that it was this type of school. Because in other schools, we've had what I call middle income schools. We've had not well-off schools. But here we have a very privileged school, they use it, and I like the fact they are using it. Very well educated by how articulate these children are. It happened. It's not supposed to happen to us. We're privileged. And I like they keep saying that. A lot of people don't understand what they're saying. You got to read what they're saying. It's deep. We're privileged, and it happened to us. So now we're at a wake-up call. It's happened here in a very privileged community. Okay, so here is where I have my bigger issue at. This is my big issue. These babies traveled by bus all the way to their state capital. And these butthole state politicians wouldn't even let them in to speak. Not only they voted on the bill knowing what just happened to still allow crazy gun laws. It's crazy as hell. Y'all, go vote. Because these are some insensitive, crazy butt people we got. in political offices, even at the state levels. That's some crazy as hell. These babies done come all the way out there. They just went through a major tragedy. Your state that you're in. And you couldn't let them come in and speak. That should have took the whole damn day and let every baby from that damn school speak. That's the craziest crap I've ever heard in my life. I'm just sitting here watching TV like it's total, and I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because it's totally crazy as hell. That's some crazy crap. And you couldn't listen to these babies talk to you with more common sense than you about gun laws because you got NRA and whoever else greasing your palms. Y'all crazy as hell. I'm so done right now. That's crazy as hell, y'all. I'm just saying. Them some crazy as hell people. And I hope they vote. I'm all for the voting. On anybody supporting that, y'all need to be gone. I'm independent. I'm going to let y'all know I vote independent, meaning I can vote on either Republican or Democrat. And I'm not party line because, and the reason I like independent is because I can vote either way. Because in some of the Republicans, I can like some of them. In some of the Democrats, I can like them. Okay, so I can vote either way. I'm so done. I'm just done. And today, these babies got up there very articulate, dealing with all the issues, all the raw emotion. And I pray that they really keep this going because they need a change. And I'm sorry, I am a proponent that the AR-15, I didn't really know too much about the gun until me and my father were talking. He says, they look at that as a hunting rifle. What the hell are they hunting? My grandfather, my mother's father, used to hunt and fish. Hunting to me is a sport and a skill. Fishing is too. I like to fish. What the hell are you hunting? I'm trying to figure out what you're hunting with an AR-15. I wonder what you're hunting. That's crazy as hell. To me, a rifle. I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem. I believe that people should have guns. And I'll share a quick story. I was 13 years old, and a man broke in my grandfather's house and tried to attack me. Literally, I was a different kind of kid because I'd been through some stuff. Fisticuffs, straight up. Me and this dude fought. I don't know how old he was. We fought, I'm going to say somewhere between 18 and probably 25. Toe to toe. I was fighting for me and my brothers. Fisticuffs, straight up. Police got called in. The guy did get away. But I'm going to say this to you. That was the first time I learned to shoot a gun. That night, my grandfather took me in the backyard. I learned how to shoot. I do believe in guns. Don't not believe in them. But there are certain things that just make no sense to me. And I really want to know why in the hell the regular American needs a freaking assault rifle to go freaking hunting. I just don't know. I'm not getting it. I'm not understanding what kind of deer you're chasing. I don't understand. You need to help me with this because I ain't understand. Also, I want to understand what kind of meat you want to eat with them many damn bullets in it. I don't understand it. You got to help me with this. I'm not understanding. And I want to know what kind of skill set it takes to go brrr. I just need to understand. I'm not understanding. So somebody can help me with this. DCI Jams, I read your thing on my Facebook page. And I understand that you had a gun, a hunting gun, a rifle at a young age. We're dealing with a different generation of humans. I'm just saying. These kids are different. And they're desensitized to some of the realities of life. Okay, that's number one. Also, I hate to say number two, a lot of them are not being raised. Also, you have this poor baby who cuckoo, and some of them are cuckoo and may not have been analyzed that way because it is a different generation. You grew up probably with a mother and father in the home, maybe a more sound foundation. Not all of us grew up like that. I'm lucky I'm as sound as I am because I did not grow up in a good home. And I know where minds can go. I'm lucky that I had what I call rams in the bush, that I had grandparents around me and good close friends of the family who spoke into my life, even in a very trying childhood. But I also know that there are people who grew up like me who aren't as sane as me and who don't have as much rational behavior as me. But also I grew up in a generation where we weren't going into school shooting up to hell people. I grew up in a generation where you didn't go and punch your teacher in the face or attack your teacher because they took the damn cell phone. This is a different group of kids. They're not being raised. They're from broken homes. A good percentage of American children are not growing up in a two-person household. And even if they are, sometimes both parents are really, even though you have parents, they're really not even there. They're too busy working, trying to be like the Joneses, instead of actually rearing their children and speaking into their children's lives. The video games, television sets, movies, violence, all this stuff has become their babysitter and their mentors and their goals and all they know. One of the ladies who spoke on the podium today, she said, a young kid, she said, I realized I should have probably even been scarier than what I am. She said, but basically she's saying we've been desensitized. These babies have been desensitized by what we have now. And I'm not trying to knock these areas, I'm just saying, as a society, we've got a lot of violence now on TV. We've got a lot of video games that are violent that these kids play for hours, first shooter games. I'm not blaming those and saying those should be out of business. What I really do is think parenting is missing. Parenting's been missing for a long time. Hell, even in my generation, it started missing. It started missing with the baby boomers because they just started having kids and not being married, and males not being fathers, mothers too busy trying to either raise a single parent household and not making the right decisions, and or trying to be like the Joneses. There's a lot of issues that are culminating behind where we're at today. And it's far too deep for me to get in that conversation now, although I could have that conversation. On a ministerial level, on a Christian level, on a world level, we could have that conversation. But right now, y'all need to vote. Oh, you need to vote. And you really need to go back and listen to these babies talk and then make your voting decision. And these little politicians who couldn't let these babies come up in there and talk to them, y'all, God forgive me, I can't even say it any other way. Y'all are some butt to the holes. Because that is some crazy stuff that you couldn't let these babies come in and talk about what they just went through. Oh, I'm so done today. I watched that today, and that was what pissed me off today. I'm like, who couldn't allow, as politicians in your own state, a school that just went through the massive that we saw? But the good thing is these kids, and while you think it's crazy, they captured it on their cell phones. My sister in Kansas, she said, Shannon, I follow, I think, a minister, and she said she was posting and discussing it on her page and was showing videos. She thought it was going to be that same video. She said no. She said, girl, I was so done. She showed the babies laying on the floor, the dead ones. I'm so good. And you can't let these babies come and talk. I'm so good. I'm totally discombobulated right now. These folks crazy as hell, y'all. Crazy as hell. Make other decisions, y'all. Please go vote. When your voting comes for your state and federal people, y'all need to go vote. And vote. Then find out who is behind, who's yay to keep this crap the way it is. And that bumper stop, that's some bull crap. He just voting for something, the little thing put on the arm. That ain't even a gun. That's to help you need to vote against that, and you need to block that AR-15. But the only way I would say the AR-15 may, and this is just my view, y'all may keep it going, is if you make it for people 40 plus. They have to be 40 plus to buy that crap. And like I said, I'm still having a hard time understanding what the hell you hunting with an AR-15. What the hell you hunting? And what skill does it take to use it? I'm just saying. Y'all be blessed. Peace, 2 and 2. God bless you.